Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. All right, let's go ahead and get started with an oracle card to get an overall energy for your reading. Okay. Well-being. You're taking good care of yourself. You're putting yourself first because there are other things and other people who have been tugging on your energy, perhaps recently. You may have felt that you had to sort of divide your attention in just a few too many places, kind of like what's happening to me right now. Delilah's at the door. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, she's happier now, I think. So you may have been feeling, I love you, girl, I love you. You may have been feeling like you had to divide your attention, divide your energy, separate it to extend yourself to other people, to other causes, to other situations where you just really wanted to feel the peace that you feel when you're able to say, time out, I'm gonna do me. And I feel like you're taking time to do that. It may require a sacrifice. So you may have to tell some people, not today. I'm not going to be able to do that today, and I might not be able to do it at all. What I'm getting is that you may have felt a feeling of tension within yourself, having to tell someone no. That is particularly prevalent right now throughout the collective with the holidays. 222 coming through. So that's balance, okay? Deciding how you're going to spend your time, who and what you're going to give your energy to, and being at peace with what you have decided. That's a big part of it. If something doesn't feel right to do, if it feels like it's going to be too much, let yourself be at peace with your choice to not do it or to protect your energy. Okay? That's going to help you to be happier. All right, let's get, ooh, we got trickster at the bottom. You know what I'm getting is that there could be somebody who's like, they might be playing mind games in order to get access to your energy, but it feels like it's something that they shouldn't even be playing mind games over. To you, it might seem so unimportant, like where you spend a holiday or whether or not you go on a trip with somebody. But it's like they have been working really hard to kind of manipulate you or to manipulate a situation. I'm getting that there could be other people involved where they're trying to get something together, but it's for their own good. And sometimes a person tries to manipulate a situation just to feel like they have people surrounding them or like they have the support of people. It's not always like people are always tricking other people in order to get money or sex or, you know, something very juicy, right? It's not always that. Sometimes people manipulate just to feel like they have the support that they want with physical people around them, or maybe they want emotional support. So I feel like some of that could be going on. Ooh, we've got gossip and God. What's at the bottom? Oh, trickster. You saw me shuffle. Okay, there's somebody who is using religion or the pressure of spirituality or the pressure of like God vibes in order to manipulate people in a situation. It's almost like one of those things where it's like Now, you know we're family, and you know that that's the most important thing. We are blood. They might even throw out a Bible verse to try to guilt trip somebody, okay? But this is one of their motives. Gossip. So they want to have people around them in order to vent. There's some things that this person has been through. This could be a family member. It could be a coworker. I feel like it's family though. I'm getting like blood relation vibes. Or you might not be related by blood, but there's a strong familial tie, okay? But this person has been feeling very pressured or tense because of some family situations that they're going through. It could be within their immediate family, within their home. 555. This person is going through a lot of conflict and chaos. And so they have gone to the extent of putting God into a situation and religious, not threats, but like micro threats. We could say that, okay? Throwing malicious micro threats that are related to religion and family and tradition, right? Trying to uphold that, but really they're moving in a way that's trying to support their own needs. They want support from people around them. They're not getting the support that they need or that they desire from people within their home, within their immediate family. I'm getting that this person could be in a very cold or unsupportive marriage. They could have a relationship with a parent. Maybe they have a parent, an older parent living with them, and they might feel very burdened. Okay, but there's something going on within their home where a person is with them, but they don't feel supported by this person. Maybe the person is ill. Okay, maybe this person's well-being is not where it should be. Okay, this person who's trying to manipulate might even be having some health issues. The problem though is not that they're having health issues. The problem is that they're making their issues other people's issues through trickery and deceit, instead of just being honest and saying, hey, I'm really struggling right now. I'm going through a lot of things. I could use some support. That we can respect. You know what I'm saying? But when you come at a person with like manipulation and all of that and throwing God into it, like, no, please. Spare me. Okay. Let's go to the tarot and see what's coming through. Divine, please bring through the clarity that's needed regarding this situation. Whatever clarity is needed for this beautiful being. Okay, we've got some that are flipping, but they're staying in the deck. That could be telling. This person doesn't want to show all their cards. There's something that they're not revealing. They're being very secretive and deceptive. There's information that they're not coming out about. This was on the fence, so I'm going to leave it there. Okay. So we've got the Lovers, Justice, Page of Swords on the fence, Eight of Cups, and the Emperor on the fence. You know what this feels like? I feel like this person is going through a very tough time in their relationship. This could be a marriage. Now, it could also be with the Emperor being here. It could be a relationship with a parent, which came through before. But with the Lovers here, it really feels like a relationship. I feel like this is someone who wants support, but they're not getting it from the person that they truly desire it from. And so they're trying to get that support from other people, but through manipulative tactics, okay? We've got the Justice card here. So there's something here that is not fair. I was about to say who is not fair. So there could be people that this person is interacting with that are not dealing with them in a fair way. And instead of confronting them and dealing with the situation head on, they're sort of not saying much, okay? They're being very passive, but then they're being very aggressive with you, or maybe passive aggressive, but they're definitely being manipulative, okay? So Justice. Then we've got the Page of Swords here. This could be a very nosy person, because I feel like they somehow, with the Page of Swords, they want to keep an eye on you. They want to know what's going on with you, but they're not being very upfront about what they want to know about you. So you know what this feels like? Because it came out on the fence. It feels like this is a person who low-key wants to compare their life to yours, because they're feeling very miserable about where their life is right now, or where their relationship is right now. And so they want to be sort of nosy and know about what's going on with you, which getting together for the holidays or getting some kind of family get together would give them a perfect opportunity to do that. And just you giving of your time, being willing to talk to them on the phone. You might notice that this person is seeming a little bit needy right now. Well, that's because they're going through something, but also because they kind of want to keep tabs on you, because they want a distraction from their problems. You got 1111 on the timer. So portals are open right now. Divine is saying to be very careful about the energy that you allow into those portals, to come in through those portals, okay? They're saying to shift the vibe so that what's coming through those open portals is divine and not what you wouldn't want to involve yourself with, because it's a distraction. This person is being very manipulative and trying to distract themselves with any sort of interaction that they can get from a person that's outside of themselves, okay? Because with the Eight of Cups, it seems as though there's an Emperor, okay? So this could be a masculine energy who's on the fence. There could be someone here who's maybe contemplating walking away from a relationship, or it feels like they may have just emotionally distanced themselves. That's kind of what I'm getting with the Emperor on the fence, but then the Eight of Cups upright. It feels like this person has distanced themselves emotionally, but they're still staying stuck. Okay, so they're not really out the door, right? But they have distanced themselves from an emotional connection with this person. Divine, can I get more on this actual person? I'm feeling like this is them with the Page of Swords. So this could be a nosy person. With Ten of Pentacles, they may have a family. I do feel like this is a family member of yours, but they might have a family of their own. They may have children. Okay, I'm getting cousins. Okay, this could be a cousin. If you hear that bell, that's Delilah down there. She's like wilding out today. I need to go play fetch with her. Yeah, Six of Swords here. So this person is seeking relief. That's really what it is. And, you know, I do have compassion for this person, because they are in a state of misery. But the thing about it is that they're trying to resolve their misery in a very manipulative way. They're not going within and addressing this Emperor that they have an issue with. They're sort of, with the Page of Swords, looking all around them, trying to manipulate people to come into their home and spend time with them, instead of being very honest and saying at least a little bit, revealing a little bit of what they're feeling or going through, so that they can get some support and get the support that they need. This person is feeling like they just kind of want to separate themselves from whatever drama it is that they're going through, whatever sadness it is that they're going through, whatever pain it is that they're going through. And also it feels like this Emperor has sort of detached from them. So the pain that they're feeling from that detachment, it's like they're trying to seek that relief from that detachment with other people. 1414 on the timer. This person is seeking an energy of temperance, balance, because there's a lack of patience that they're experiencing in their inner realm and with their close connection within their home. Okay. All right, Divine, please bring more clarity through for this beautiful being and what they need to know. Okay, double agent. So this person could be dealing with someone who is maybe living sort of a double life. Okay, with double agent. It feels like they're dealing with someone who is 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door. Okay? Also with Super Dodger, the person, this could be a sibling, this could be a cousin. It feels like a family member. It could even be a close friend. But it feels like they are dodging the responsibilities that they have to their own realm. And they are attempting to avoid whatever connections they need to either nurture or confront or discuss something with. And they are trying to, it says sidestepping emotional hits or conflicts, avoidance. They're avoiding what they need to address. They're avoiding what they need to address. Woo! You know, the thing here with the unalive card, transition or departure, silenced voice. That's what I'm getting, is that this person feels unalived inside. Like it's more of an emotional state that they're in, where they feel so detached from true connection. And you see how these flowers here, you know, they look so alive and vibrant and beautiful. That's what they want. They want comfort, they want connection, but they're not getting it with anyone that's in their home. So they're looking outside of themselves to try to bring life back into their world. And so how that could come across to you is like being an energy vampire. Okay, this person might be draining your energy. They might be texting more often, calling more often, or they might not be contacting you more often, but it's like maybe leaving a message or a text that's passive aggressive, leaving you with some pressure to call, trying to make you feel bad. They might even be avoiding you because that avoidance card came out. They might even be avoiding you, but they're leaving you with negative energy to try to force you to do something that you don't feel led to do. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to let Delilah out, okay? Okay. So I had just pulled freeloader. Freeloader. I'm understanding more and more the tension here because, you know, I see this person's pain of what they're going through, but the more energy that comes through as far as how they interact with other people and with you, as the Page of Swords, being very curious, very nosy about what's going on with you. Super Dodger being very avoidant, okay, of what needs to be addressed. And then now freeloader. So this is a person who, like, if you extend yourself to go to them and give them whatever it is they're sort of low-key begging for or manipulating you for, trying to manipulate you for, you don't feel satisfied because there's no reciprocity. They're a freeloader. They're going to try to take your energy, use it as the energy vampire that they are, and then not even be reciprocal and give in return. Okay? So yeah, this person takes advantage of a situation, twists situations to their benefit. And look at that. That looks like a holiday dinner. So this could definitely be about a holiday situation, you know. Also, I'm seeing with this Six of Swords that there may be travel required here. So this could be even more of a sacrifice on your part if you do have to travel in order to get to this person. So there, it feels like there's a sacrifice that you would have to make, or some sort of investment just to get to this person, to spend time with them. I'm getting that this person might be like, even if you tell them that something could be difficult and you try to give hints, this is not a person that responds well to that. They might give you some way that you could get beyond that difficulty, but it still puts pressure on you, or it's still a financial investment that you would have to make. Something like that, you know? Always looking at things from their perspective and what they want. Boiler room, deceptive and high pressure tactics to convince you of something, questionable motives. Yeah. And this person is not afraid to turn up the heat, but I feel like they do it very covertly. Okay, so they're not very out with their deceptive tactics, but it's very covert, and you definitely sense it because you are psychically aware. But it's something that a lot of people would overlook. Also, this person is more than likely very able to deceive a lot of people because you have a psychic level of awareness that extends beyond most people, what they are able to pick up on. You pick up on so much more, and you read between the lines very easily. So they're very used to manipulating people to a level where they're not able to do that with you. Master of the universe. They think that they're the master of the universe. But the thing is that you are your own universe, and you are the master of your universe. So when they try to deceive you and persuade you to do something that is not truly meant for you to do and is not in your best interest, and it does not support your well-being, that's when they're going to have an issue, okay? Because they need to be concerned with their own universe. Ambition, power, dominance, or a godlike sense of control, in control of one's own destiny, powerful. You are in control of your own destiny, and that's what Divine is reminding you of here. Okay, because whatever you do is going to affect you and the other people in your world. And then this other person would sit back and enjoy your company or use your energy, siphon your energy, and then go on to the next victim. Okay, you know what I mean? Forever chemicals. Grudge or trauma that lingers longer after their purpose. Unseen contamination, energies, or beliefs. So what's coming through is that this person actually has some, like they're holding a grudge against you. They feel like there's something that was done in the past that they still hold against you. I feel like whatever this is, it's something that you have either apologized for, or maybe they haven't even brought it to your attention, so they unjustly hold this against you. But in their mind, they are owed something. They feel like you owe them something. And so that's one reason why they are so manipulative and so deceitful, because they feel like they have a right to do this. 2222 on the timer. Divine is reminding you to come to a place of your own balance. Because if you feel like your balance is being thrown off right now, it's because of this other person, okay? If you release any burden or sense of duty or responsibility that you've had to this person, you're going to feel an immediate release. That's confirmation though. She says, do what you got to do. Okay. She said, you need backup. We got you. All right. Let's see. I'm going to pull a couple of these, the Kipper-ish. Thank you, Divine. What's coming through for this beautiful being regarding what they need to know at this time? Now we got kids playing out there. I tell you, it's like, I feel like all the distractions in this reading is very symbolic of the effect that this person has on your energy. It's like you have other things that Divine really wants you to focus on. And so with this person, look at this. Yes, because you're trusted and you're making achievements. This is your energy. So this person might even sense that you are very successful and that you're on a path to success. And so they just want to throw in any sort of distraction or a means of siphoning your energy that they can. They want to do that no matter what, because they know that you are in a place of achievement and that you are a trusted, beautiful being. There's someone around you who trusts you very much. This could be with your work, okay? I feel like for some of you, this could actually be a boss or someone who has sort of somehow they feel that they have ownership over you. It might not be an actual boss in a work situation, a work environment, but it's someone who feels like they're in control of you or they have power over you, okay? This could be a person who's like an older sibling or maybe an older cousin, someone who feels like they should be, I'm getting that because of their age or something about their status. They feel like they should be dominant over you. For some of you, this person feels like they should be like they're in a higher status than you because they are married. But what's coming through is that it doesn't seem like they're going through a very positive experience with their relationship at this time. So that could actually lead to spite. If they have always been like, oh, I'm married and you're not, or I've been married longer than you, or whatever they might hold over your head, and then now they're having issues and they see that you are either, maybe you're partnered, maybe you're single, but it's something about your energy that they realize that you're much more free than they are. And it's ironic that they came through as a freeloader, you know, but really there's some spite there because they see you as energetically free and in a very high vibe state where they feel very weighed down and burdened. Okay, so with nice guy, now you could be a masculine, or what I'm getting is that you're a nice person either way, and we don't always have to be nice, okay? But they see you as kind and high vibe, so we could translate it that way. Now, what I'm getting is that for some of you, you are partnered with someone that this person is envious of. So if you're a feminine and you are with a nice guy, or it could be same gender, but either way, they see whoever it is that you are interested in or who's interested in you. I get that especially with this trusted card. They see whatever it is that you've attracted in your life as a huge achievement. So for some of you, they feel like whoever it is that you're partnered with, that they are much better of a person or much more desirable because they feel that both you and this person are trusted. They feel like you both have a certain level of divinity that they seek in their person, but they're not seeing that, okay? What they're feeling with their person is this emotional detachment. So that makes them very jealous of what you have, of your vibe and the vibe of whoever it is that you're attached to or connected to, okay? So this is how they're feeling right now. They're feeling like they've been through it, and because of that, they want to put other people through it. Also, what I'm getting is that this person could also be going through it not only within their home, but in their career, on their job. So they might be feeling very, not battered in a physical way. I hope not. I certainly hope not. Okay, but they could be feeling very down and out because of the experiences that they're having, not only within their home, but in their career or on their job. Okay, let me get some guidance for where Divine is guiding you to go with this situation. Divine, what is your guidance for this beautiful being regarding this situation with this individual, with their gossip and their deceit and tricks, and whew, there's a lot going on with this person. And you know, just that right there, if you're dealing with all of that, all of those energies within this one being, then as soon as you see their name or their number come up when they text you, or as soon as you see that they're calling, it's like immediately your body might feel, I'm getting that there might be some tension, might be a feeling of dread. And then, you know, you're so busy with your achievements and everything, you have so much going on for you that it's like it takes you away from what you're meant to be doing and what you're meant to be focusing on, you know? So Divine says that you're getting clarity about your actual position with this person. You're understanding what it is that they actually want from you. You're getting confirmation of that, because if this is your reading, you've already been feeling all of this. And so this is just clarity and confirmation. You know, I think it's really a blessing that this nice guy card came through, because I know that a lot of us have been trained to be nice. And this may be a situation where you just have to say, F that. Like, I don't care. I am going to do what the fuck I need to do. Notice how at first I said F that, then I said what the fuck I need to do. It might be that sort of progression that you're going through where you're like, oh, I need to be nice. And then you're like, fuck it. I don't care. I'm not coming to your dinner. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, if you need help, then let me know that you need help. Be upfront with me. You know, if you have something against me, then let me know. And I'm not suggesting being completely confrontational. Let things unfold in a natural way where you are divinely guided to say and do what you say and do. But, you know, there's a whole lot of bullshit coming from this person. And so to allow their bullshit to then become a burden to you is not fair. And so that's this clarity that Divine is bringing through for you so that you can enjoy your life. Yeah, Divine is saying to use your voice. If there's something that you feel you need to say it in love, but say it, you know? And even when you say it in love, you can say it in a way that lets them know that you mean what you say. Like there's no room for, like you're not hesitating. You know what I mean? You mean what you say and you say what you mean. There are definitely some trauma wounds that are impacting the situation. I feel like it could be from this person, but also there may be some experiences that you've had in the past that have led you to believe that you should not use your voice in a way where you are protecting yourself. You may have been hushed or told to be quiet about something that you were feeling. And so this gives you an opportunity to sort of reflect on that and to ask Divine for strength with speaking up for yourself in order to protect yourself and to protect your well-being, because that was the first card that came out. That is the most important thing that Divine wants you to protect in all of this. This is a lesson that your soul is bringing you to, where it gives you an opportunity to really do for yourself what you were told not to do or you were convinced not to do at a younger time in your life. Okay? What else, Spirit? Yeah, this person might end up feeling confused, but that's okay as long as your intentions are clear and you know why you're doing what you're doing because you support your well-being. You are able and willing to use your voice in order to protect yourself, and you love and protect yourself and whoever it is that you have in your world. That's all that needs to be understood, and it only needs to be understood by you. If you communicate clearly with this person and they still want to be in this state of mind where they're like, I just don't get it, then they don't have to get it, you know? That may be a part of the trickery, is constantly acting confused when you have made your communication very clear. I feel like, and you know, I'm not a psychologist, but I feel like that's a form of gaslighting, to just like get clear communication from somebody and then the person still acts like they're in the dark, but they're really not. It's almost like making you think you're crazy because, oh, you didn't communicate clearly. Oh no, you said it very clearly. They just don't want to accept responsibility for what you've said or take accountability for any of their actions, so they'd rather play confused. Yeah, so this person has a way of creating guilt wounds. That's how I'm seeing this, where they would make a person feel guilty by wounding them through their communication, by making digs and saying very vindictive things that are just very subtle, but they're vindictive and they're rude, okay? So they would try to cause you to feel guilty. 33 on the timer. And so this could involve other people as well. I'm getting that this person, the same way that they interact with you is the same way that they communicate with and deal with, interact with other people. So they've got this down to a science. All of their gaslighting, all of their trickery, all of their guilting, all of that they do this on a regular basis. And at the end of the day, it is in order to separate themselves from the accountability that they need to take for their own actions. Okay? Intimacy. This person has a very difficult time with intimacy. And I'm not talking about sexually. I'm talking about like that closeness, experiencing that vulnerability and that closeness with another person. If you have a conversation with this person, just realize that they are more than likely not going to make themselves truly vulnerable. They are going to evade any responsibility. They might act like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know, you know, but that's another way of being confused, right? But they're not really confused. So I feel like the warning that's coming through here is if you come to this person with clear communication, don't expect clear communication in return. 34 on the timer. I feel like it's going to be sort of like that, where it's like, confusing and a little messy, or just dry, and it might be a very like a situation or a conversation that just feels empty, but that's because this person is more comfortable presenting themselves as an empty shell than coming forth with their actual honesty. Okay? All right, let's get a couple cards for you and your beautiful self, because you have so many wonderful things to focus on at this time. And that's what Divine is redirecting you towards, to focus on, because all of this is a distraction, but it's also an opportunity for you to stand up for yourself in a way that perhaps in the past you haven't. Weight of the world, yes, burdens, physical, mental, and emotional, stress, trouble, challenges. That's what this person is feeling, and that's what they want to dump on you. And isn't that a person? Yeah, see, it's a person carrying the weight of the world. Please don't sign up for that. Interacting with this person is signing up for that. Yup, flag, look, achievement, recognition, overthrow, success, victory, winner, conquest, mastery, bragging rights. So after you clear yourself from this energy, you're going to be like, yes, I did that. Plans are coming to fruition. Your plans are coming to fruition. Not what this person has in store for you. Your plans. Remember, they are not the master of your universe. You are. Okay? King of the mountain. Queen of the mountain. This is a 6 of Wands type energy where you are victorious. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. Okay, let's close with an Archangel Michael card. Yeah, and have fun. I'm hearing those kids out there. Have fun. Have some fun, because whether you're watching this around the holiday time or not, Divine really wants you to enjoy your time. Okay? So go out and play. Have some fun. Thank you, Archangel Michael. What message is coming through for this beautiful being? Oh, look at that. It's time to play. Okay. I hear you, Spirit. It's time to play. And also put your creative energy into motion. So this is card 17. It's time to play. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experiences to bring balance into your life. Ashe. That's right. Thank you, Divine. And then you've got put your creative energy into action. Oh, also, there's a dog on here. So if you have a dog or an animal that you enjoy playing with, go out and play, because, you know, she was barking and everything. So I feel like that's another part of the message. All right, have some bonding time with whatever beautiful being you treasure in your life. All right, this is card 25. Put your creative energy into action. Archangel Gabriel, Ashe, joins me to spark your creativity. This is Archangel Michael talking. So he's saying that he and Archangel Gabriel are joining to spark your creativity, to help you communicate your vision, and to motivate you to create something beautiful. That's a beautiful being, supported by beautiful beings, creating something beautiful. I love that. I love that so much for you. Ashe. I'm so grateful that you tuned into this message. I hope that it supported you and gave you the clarity that you needed and gave you good vibes. I'm so grateful that you tuned in. Thank you. I love you. And I wish you peace, joy, and so many blessings. Take care.